everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chelsea if we've never met before, and today's video is going to be all about Dysport. I've done Dysport and covered it many times on my channel, but I just got a touch up a couple weeks ago at Skin Refine Medspa. Skin Refine Medspa in Sunnyvale is where I go and recommend in the Bay Area. They're in the South Bay. I go there for injectables and fillers, but they also do body contouring, laser hair removal, facials, and more. In this video, I'm going to show you a little bit of the treatment, show you the before and afters, and just cover some of the frequently asked questions that you might have. I'm also going to show you some before and afters, including photos of me before I started getting injectables regularly. It's been about 5 years. I definitely think I look a little bit younger now than I did back then. So if you want to hear more about my recent Dysport treatment, go ahead and keep watching. So I visited Skin Refine Medspa at the end of October, early November to do my Dysport treatment. Now, I hadn't had Dysport in over a year. I definitely do not recommend waiting that long because I did need to get more units than usual. But here's the thing, just with current events, I've kind of pulled back on some of my regular beauty maintenance and appointments. Neuromodulators like Botox and Dysport are only temporary. I would recommend checking in every 3 or 4 months and kind of seeing how things are, because you might just need little touch-ups here and there. Versus if you wait a year, everything's gonna wear off and you're gonna need a larger quantity. So anytime I do neuromodulators like Dysport or Botox, I always focus on the same 3 target areas: my crow's feet, 11s, and my forehead. Those are probably the most common target areas as well, but you can certainly do Dysport, Botox in other areas. Dysport and Botox are temporary. I think timing it like late October, early November is perfect timing for you to look refreshed and well rested for the busy holiday season. Skin Refine Medspa is super booked out, and my usual injector, Sandy, who's done my treatments in the past, is like booked well into next year. So if you were interested in lining up your appointments, definitely give them a call and mention my name when you book. Sandy has done my Botox, Dysport, as well as my under eye filler. I haven't done the under eye filler in a while, but definitely into 2022, that's something I'm interested in topping up on. So this last time getting Dysport, it was my first time doing injectables with Jamieson. Jamieson is one of the RNs that works at Skin Refine Medspa, and I'm super happy with the treatment I did with him. I've seen him for other things like dermaplaning in the past, and he's great. So Jamieson did my injectables this time. We went with Dysport, obviously, and we did 150 units, which is considered a full treatment. 150 units of Dysport is going to be different translated into Botox. The units are slightly different when you jump from Dysport to Botox. Don't get too hung up on that, because when it comes down to it, the units you get are going to depend on what your situation is, what kind of goals you have with your treatment, and how much movement you want to reduce. So just keep that in mind. I got 150 this time. It's the most I've ever done, but it was also the longest I've ever waited in between appointments. These treatments aren't one size fits all. The amount you get is very custom based on your goals, expectations, your anatomy, what you've got going on. So obviously the price is going to differ. So let's get into the before and afters. You can see in my befores, I have a ton of movement. I mean, my forehead has probably never had this much movement. I'm starting to really get those horizontal lines. And also my 11s, or I should say it's kind of more of a 1. It's kind of an asymmetrical thing I have going on. I have a very strong brow muscle. It definitely pulls heavier on one side, so that's something I wanted to address. And then my crow's feet, I have a very expressive face, and I love smiling and laughing. I just prefer more smoothness around my eyes, and that's something I always look to get when I'm getting these type of treatments. You can do all the best skincare in the world, but I feel like my skin is never as smooth as it looks when I have just a little bit of Botox and Dysport in the right areas. It's a lot smoother. So let's compare how I look now to 5 years ago. You can really see I'm starting to look a little more smooth, better rested. I feel like before I started getting treatments like this, I just looked a little more tired, run down. Keep in mind, this was before my under eye filler and treatments like Botox and Dysport. As you do more of these treatments over time, you really kind of get into a maintenance mode where you need fewer units just because you're topping up each time. You're not doing a full treatment per se every single time you go. Just getting a little bit here and there because those wrinkles never fully come back. You're kind of just touching up, topping off where needed. I've done a video, Dysport versus Botox. I will link that up above. That was from about 2 years ago. Skin Refine is so good. Like, I'm willing to drive 2 hours to get there to see my favorite people to get treatments there. They honestly have like 5-star average ratings on every Yelp, Google local, and everything in between. They have the best team, they really care about their patients, and they're very up to date on cutting edge technology, expanding their, treatment menu and things like that. They have some new cellulite treatments and body contouring I'm thinking about doing in 2022. So let me know if that's something you'd be interested in seeing a video on. That is everything I've done recently at Skin Refine Medspa, a little bit about my recent Dysport treatment. If you have any questions about Dysport, please leave them in the comments down below. I read and respond to every single one. And if you have any other video requests in the Bay Area Beauty series, that is the series I do every other month or so, talking about beauty treatments, brands, and services all around the Bay. Leave your requests down below so I can cover them. I've covered pretty much everything at this point. Injectables, filler, body contouring, spray tans, facials, lash extensions, lash lifts, teeth whitening. I've covered a lot of things over the years. Please subscribe down below for new videos weekly all about beauty, fashion, and lifestyle centered around Bay Area and wine country living. Thanks again so much for watching. I will see you very soon in the next one.